Joe.
Yes.
Do you have any fly fishing superstitions?
I do.
So,
all right, there are going to be two categories.
okay.
One is going to be waiting, or just like I'm on somebody else's watercraft.
Sure.
And that usually relates to a piece of clothing. So pieces of clothing that give me confidence. Like I have one particular hoodie that I love.
And you never wash it, right?
That's why I don't fish with anybody anymore.
Keep some mosquitoes
It's
away,
always
I'm sure.
it always has to be clean, very clean.
Very clean.
Fresh linen scent.
Ooh.
Only. Just kidding. Yeah, just pieces of clothing and hats. I had one of my old hats that I wore all the time, and I was kind of losing a little bit of, the good mojo on it, and it broke.
Ooh.
So it's retired this year. But a couple of sun shirts that I like a lot, and yeah, it's usually clothing. And then in the kayak, I don't know what it is, dude. I find these little miniature babies all over the place. And I have a friend, shout out to Danny.
Miniature what?
Like baby figurines.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I find them. I
thought that was
found
important to clarify there.
Yeah, like small baby figurines.
That's kind of weird.
I agree. Well, I have the very first one that I found. It was like its arm is half melted off, and it's only like, an inch long or something like that. That lives in my compartment. And then I have a...
but you keep them.
Oh, yeah. It's always in the kayak. And then I also have a keychain that a student made for me.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's a cat doing something that I used to... he used to have these cat figurine things on his socks, and he made something in art class that had that cat on it.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, yeah, this is cool. And he told me to put it on my kayak and fish with it. So I was like, all right, that's good vibes with that keychain piece. So those are the two things I always have in my kayak. And then, of course, the clothing thing.
Nice. Simple,
continues.
easy. Yeah. It's not too many things. It's not like you have to do a warm-up or like a war dance or anything weird.
Yeah, well, I go through a lot of chickens every year. Freezer's full. It's going to be a lot of chicken soup this year.
Oh, jeez. Oh,
how about you, Matt?
Man. I'll admit I'm not very superstitious in the fishing world. As a friend of the shop, Tom Larimer, put it one day, he said he's not superstitious, he's semi-stitious, which I thought was a funny
that is a good one.
I adhere to all the standard superstitions of our religion that is fishing. So
leftover right laces, right?
What?
Uh-huh.
Is that what I've been doing wrong?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Totally.
See, not superstitious. No bananas.
Oh yeah.
We may. That one is. We'll have to circle back to that one, I think, at some point, because it's worth talking about some more. But no, nothing weird. I drink a lot of coffee, and I usually wear the same thing. But that's just because I don't buy like 10 different coats to mix and match all the time. I don't have too many superstitions. There's some really entertaining ones out there, though.
Yeah.
There's some funny ones.
What are some good ones that you've heard?
I mean, kind of along your lines, there's this guy that carries baby figurines no. that might be up there with some of the more interesting ones.
I found like 3 of them in the woods and on the water. Like I always come across these little miniature baby figurines.
Hats tend to be a really popular one, where it's like you got to wear the same hat all the time when you're on the water.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm interested to hear if our listeners have some interesting superstitions that maybe I can adopt. Maybe that will help.
Yeah.
If hopefully there's no sacrifice involved or anything crazy, but
here's a question.
Okay.
Some of us like to maybe have the occasional beverage on the water. Do you have any rules about when the first beverage can be consumed?
I run into this with several of the folks I fish with, and there's no rules, but it's kind of it's something we go to when things aren't going right, and
reset.
It's kind of there hasn't been a beverage cracked yet, and you need to pour some in the water, and just your
Sure.
You know, whether it's 10 in the morning or whatever, or midnight. And I don't know. How about you?
I try to catch a fish first. It's more of a guideline than a rule.
I also try and catch a fish before I pop the top.
Yeah, that's usually the guideline. But some days are hard, and you just need a reset.
You do. It's just, well,
I'm with you there.
maybe. So we're always up for alternatives. So send us your fishing superstitions. I'd love to hear about them. We're all very detail oriented. That's what we do in this sport, and I know someone out there has some interesting ones. We'd love to hear about them.